Hi, everybody. Welcome to your practice today. Well, congratulations. The hard work is done. You've made your time and you've made it onto your mat. The rest will be easy-ish. Our practice today involves the front body, but specifically the legs. We tend to give the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, and the calves and the spine quite a bit of love and attention in yoga because of all the forward bending and the downward facing dogs that we do, typically in a vinyasa practice. But it's the fronts of the legs which tend to hold a lot of tension, particularly if we sit a lot, which we probably are. And we'll target the front of the legs via some specific actions and some postures, and we'll also take a few back bends to help open up the front body. And back bending, of course, gives us a wonderful sense of openness and freedom and empowerment, all of which we need right now. You might want a blanket for some padding under the knees. You may even want a block. So once you've got all your bits and pieces, come and meet me in Virasana, hero's pose, sitting back on your heels just like this. So sitting back in Virasana, hero's pose, let's just start by closing the eyes and tuning into the breath. Take a big breath, and as you exhale, vocalize a little bit. Let some sound out. Be glad that you are here and that you're taking this time for yourself. Begin to expand your breath. Feel your lungs open. Feel your ribs move away from one another. As your lungs expand, breathe in and out through the nose. Right away, let's begin our Ujjayi technique, a soft narrowing of the airway of the throat, just like you're fogging the inside of your mouth. Or you're fogging a mirror with your mouth closed. Try to do this on the inhale and the exhale. Notice that you're able to really lengthen your breaths using this technique, and that you create a sound that the ear can focus on and listen to. Two more breaths. Sitting tall. And blinking the eyes open, bring your hands onto your pelvis, and we'll just review something here. Tip your pelvis so that your thumbs move up and your fingers move down. It's like the bowl of the pelvis is pouring forward. This is an anterior tilt. And now go the other way where the thumbs drop down and your fingers move up. That's a posterior tilt. So just get comfortable not only with intellectually what's happening, but just physically. Feel what's happening as the pelvis rocks forwards and backwards. We'll refer to that a couple of times in today's practice. So find a middle ground there in the pelvis, neither anterior nor posterior, just kind of balanced right in the middle. And right hand to the right knee, left hand back behind you. Just lean into those left fingers and lift that right knee a little bit. Just a gentle lift as you lean into the left fingers. And come back to center, other side. Right hand back behind you, left hand doesn't pull, it's just sort of resting and encouraging the knee back. A couple times. Beginning to open up the fronts of the ankles, as well as give that muscle there right along the shin a little bit of attention, your tibialis anterior. And one more of those. Now bring your fingertips to either side of you. Make sure that your toes are pointing straight back as opposed to something out like that. Toes are pointing straight back, fingers alongside you, lean back. See if you can lift both knees. Now go slowly and carefully. This might be a shockingly intense stretch, so please be careful. And if it doesn't feel right on the ankle, then just sit up in Virasana. That's quite a stretch in and of itself. Take one more breath here if you're leaning back on those fingertips, and then bring your knees down. Bring your hands down in front of you. Press into the ground. Lean into your hands and lift the knees and the shin bones. And I'm just on the tops of my feet and my toenails. Round the upper back, tuck your chin. And then as you inhale, release it down. And once again, fingertips back behind you. Lift the knees a little bit, stretching the ankles, the fronts of the shins. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release, hands down, round the back, elevate the hips. And as you inhale, bring it down. I'm going to turn to face my mat here. Come into hands and knees position. Fingers right underneath the, the wrists are right underneath the shoulders. Fingers are spread. Knees are under the hips. Take your right arm forward and your left foot back and just land on the ball of the foot. Press the heel toward the back of the mat, and right away you should feel a nice counter stretch in that left ankle. While you're doing that, encourage these front ribs in. And we're looking for a little bit of a posterior tilt in the pelvis. Not an anterior, but a posterior tilt in the pelvis. Take a nice deep breath here, in and out. Shift your weight a little forward. Lift that left heel up. Couple breaths here. Try to hug those lifted limbs in toward the midline. Take a deep breath in. And bring them down, other side. Left hand, right foot goes back. Lay the pads of the toes, the ball of the foot down, and then sink back into the heel. And again, that should feel quite nice in the ankle. Activate the entire right leg. And again, when we have a posterior tilt of the pelvis. Take a deep breath in. Lean forward a little bit, lift the right heel, lift the left thumb. Try to keep those front hip points drawn up just a bit towards the bottom ribs. Take a nice deep breath in and out, pressing into the floor. And exhale, release. Turn all 10 toes under and just sit back a moment, buttocks towards the heels. You can press the hands and sort of lift the chest here, get a bit of an arch in the low back. And then returning to hands and knees position. One more from here. Press into the hands, bring your knees together, and lift your left leg up and stand so the sole of the foot is pointed up to the ceiling as though it is in fact standing on the ceiling, and just feel that a moment. A slight tuck of the tail brings the pelvis into that posterior tilt. Take a breath here. And as you exhale, take that left knee out to the side, so now the inner leg line is parallel to the floor, and bring the knee towards your left outer shoulder. Take a breath in and out, squeeze it in. And then as you inhale, point the toes, send the leg behind you. Try to keep the leg parallel to the floor. Look back and see if you can see your toes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, travel it around to the front. Squeeze the knee toward the shoulder. That's the exhale. Inhale, slide it behind you. Look back at your right toe. And last time, exhale, bring the knee around, squeeze it into the side, elbow or shoulder. And then as you inhale, slide it back, parallel to the floor as best you can. Although sometimes the directions get a little confusing when they're back behind you. And then back to your beginning position with the foot standing on the ceiling. The outer left hip and buttock rolls down towards the floor as opposed to this way. Down to the floor. Take a deep breath in. Turn your right toes under, push the ground away, and straighten the legs back into a one-legged downward facing dog. Bend that left knee again. Let the heel be heavy toward the right buttock, and turn your pelvis and your chest to your left. Push the ground away. So keep actively pressing the floor away and sending your energy back into the right heel. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, come back to a one-legged downward facing dog. Come forward to your plank pose and hold. Holding for 3, holding for 2, and 1. And bring your knees down. You can rest in that semi-pose of the child here, toes turned under, chest lifted, just to give a nice deep squeeze and flexion to the hip joint. And then come on up into hands and knees. And we'll start all that on the other side. So pressing into the hands, knees together, flex your right ankle and kick that foot up toward the ceiling. As though that right sole, we'll just check it out. Yep, right sole is standing on the ceiling. Push into the floor. Keep the belly drawn in a little bit. Those front hip points moving up toward your lower ribs. Take one more breath, lifting, standing on the ceiling, and then turn your right leg so the inner leg line is parallel to the floor. Take a breath, and as you exhale, squeeze that right knee towards your right shoulder, point the toe, and then slide it behind you and look back over your left shoulder. There it is. Inhale here. Exhale, slide it around parallel to the floor, squeeze it into the right shoulder. Inhale, slide it back behind you, look back at it. Last time, inhale, bring it forward. Exhale. Come back, stand on the ceiling with the right sole of the foot. Keep those front hip points drawn in and up toward the bottom ribs. Turn your left toes under and inhale. Exhale, elevate that left knee, straighten both legs and send it back into a one-legged downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, bend the right knee, heel is heavy towards the left buttock, pelvis turns to the right, and look under your right arm. Now this should feel familiar because you did something similar there on the hands and knees. Push into the arms, keep the arms long and straight. Take a deep breath in, feel the opening in the right hip, and then back to a one-legged down dog, and then back to downward facing. Inhale, come forward into your plank and hold it. Couple of options, you might come down onto forearm plank if your wrists need a break. You might come down onto your knees if your whole body and brain need a break. That's fine too. Holding for 2 and 1. Back into downward facing. Walk your hands towards your feet. A little bit of bend in your knees here. Slide your hands underneath the soles of the feet. Inhale, lift the head, look forward, knees are bent. And fold, and use your toes to scrub your wrists. And then relax the toes and just feel the pressure of the feet on the hands. I like to traction the center of my heart towards the floor here. And I can use my arms gently, muscularly, but gently to pull, to traction my heart toward the floor a little bit. As you inhale, lift the gaze, look forward. Exhale, release the hands forward into your down dog. Breathe in, heels up, knees bend. Exhale, look forward. As you inhale, step or hop, lift the gaze, look forward. Fold as you exhale. Now listen, bend your knees, let your arms dangle. Put the weight in your feet and slowly roll up. Take your time. When your head rises up on top of your neck, take a deep breath in and out. Spread your toes. Prepare. Ujjayi breath in and out, palms forward. Listen to the sound of your breath. And let that sound soothe and focus you. Blink your eyes open, softly smile, And when you're ready, inhale, take your arms up, look up. Bring the hands down through center, drop your chin, bend your knees, roll on down. Fingertips touch the floor. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step back into downward facing dog. And we'll just hold down dog for 3. Push the floor away. 2. And 1. Finish the exhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Inhale, step or hop, look forward. Fold as you exhale. Bend your knees, roll on up, breathing in. Arms come up, look up, hands through center. Exhale, drop your chin, roll down. Inhale, lift the gaze, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. Hold for 3 breaths, breathing 1. Breathing 2. Spread your toes. Find your breath, and on the end of your next exhale, lift your heels, bend the knees, look forward, maybe even widen the knees into almost a frog squat here. From here, next inhale, step or hop, lift the gaze, exhale and fold, bend your knees, press into the feet, roll up nice and slow. Open the arms, inhale, look up, last time. Hands come down through center, drop the chin. Arms are heavy, knees bend, slowly roll down. Next inhale, lift the chest, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step it back to downward facing. Of course, these 3 salutations can be made a little more robust by adding the vinyasa, the plank chaturanga up dog, before you come into this down dog, or not. It's up to you. Take 1 more breath here, in and out. As you exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, widen the knees. Take a couple little springing actions, pumping that hip joint. And when you're ready, inhaling, step or hop. Exhale and fold. Bend the knees, roll up, but keep the knees bent. Rolling right into Utkatasana. So sit down, fix your clothes, do what you gotta do. Sit down and back, squeeze your bent knees together, reach the arms up and out. Take a nice deep breath in here. Exhale, stand and forward fold. Inhale, lift the gaze, look forward, bend the knees and take it back to downward facing, feet together. Inhale, take the right leg up. Exhale, step it forward and bring your left knee to the floor. So pointing those back toes, come out of your lunge for a moment and bring your hands onto that front leg. Sink your pelvis towards that front heel a little bit. Find your feet, find your steady gaze. Think about scissoring your legs in toward the midline a little bit. And then using your hands, press your chest away from that front thigh. And this might be a point in time where you put a blanket underneath that left knee for some padding. Pressing the hands, leaning the head back, pelvis is heavy forward. On your next breath in, take the arms up, lift the gaze, look up. Exhale, hands down. Now, keep your right hand down on the floor or right elbow to the knee. Turn to your left. Turn your back toes under. Reach back with your hand and see if you can bend the knee and grab the foot. So this is way more of a balanced pose than at first what you might think. So with your balance, you need to find a steady gaze, find your breath, find your footing. Press into that front leg and kick the foot into the hand a little bit, back foot into the hand. I'm keeping my gaze real steady back beyond my left shoulder. Take 1 more breath in here. And now take the gaze forward, release the foot, hands down. Turn your back toes under, lift the back knee. press into the feet one more time. And inhale, come up, hands to the waist. If you need a little break, like I do, go ahead and straighten the right leg a moment. Square the hips to face forward. And then as you exhale, bend the front knee. Bend the back knee a little bit because now you have the ability to do a posterior or an anterior tilt of the pelvis. And guess which one you want to do? Yes, it's a posterior tilt that you want to do. Once you have that more posterior tilt with the thumbs going down and the fingers coming up, straighten that back leg a little bit. Hold for 5. Sink down nice and deep in that right leg. 4, if you wish, left arm up. 3, if you wish, side bend. Keep your gaze steady. 2, pressing big toes. Keep your sense of humor. And 1, inhale, come up. 2 arms up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Step it back carefully. Downward facing dog. Walk your dog. One more breath. From here, inhale, lift that left leg nice and high. Press into the hands. As you exhale, step the left foot forward and the right knee comes to the ground. So pointing the back toes, press into the floor and come out of your lunge a little bit. Hands take that front knee. We're going to take the posterior tilt of the pelvis, so the tailbone is heavy, and those front hip points are moving up just a bit toward those front ribs. Take a breath here, and exhale, begin to slide the pelvis forward towards that left heel, and the hands are working to press the chest away from the front leg. And of course, if you need to pad the back knee, do it. Don't just suffer or tolerate it. If you need to pad it, take the time. You're worth it, and pad your knee. Couple breaths. One more. Now, bring your hands down to the floor. You might need to sort of change the positioning of that back kneecap just a little bit. I'm going to place my left elbow on my left knee. I'll find my gazing point because my gaze really does affect my balance. And I'm going to take my right hand back and I'll bend that back knee. Now notice that I'm not actually on the very kneecap. I'm right above the kneecap, more on the thigh, the very bottom of the thigh where it joins the knee. So you might need to play around with that positioning. Press your elbow into the knee to lift the chest. Kick the foot into the hand. Kick the foot into your back hand. For 3, pelvis is heavy. 2, whoop, and what did I say about a sense of humor? Oh yeah, and 1. And as you exhale, release, look forward, fingers down, lift that back knee, find your footing, press into the feet. You might find that taking the hands back as you inhale, and then sweeping them up helps with getting up into your high lunge. So like we did before, we'll straighten that left leg. Take that right hip point forward. Take a breath. And as you exhale, bend your left knee deeply. And right away, we'll bend the back knee, which will allow me to adjust the pelvis. Tail down, front hip points up towards my ribs. From here, I'll straighten that back leg, and I will take a chance and go a little deeper in that front knee bend. Holding for 5, maybe take that right arm up. 4, strong breath. 3, maybe a side bend to your left. 2, and 1. As you inhale, come back up. 2 arms up, big breath, and hands down. Make your way back into your downward facing dog and walk your dog. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. On the end of the exhale, lift your heels, bend the knees, look forward. Again, maybe you take a few of those little squats. And on your next inhale, hop or step. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, roll up. Keep your knees bent, right up into Utkatasana. Sit down and sit back. Make sure the hips aren't going this way, forward. The hips are sitting back. Take a nice deep breath here, in, and exhale, hands through center. Drop your chin, roll down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, plant your hands, step it on back into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, right leg lifts up, round the back, nose to knee. Step the foot between the hands. Coming into warrior two, press into your feet, and you can sweep that left arm down and up, sitting in your warrior two. So make sure that your right knee is bending strongly, your back leg is straight, and those back toes turn in. Inhale, spread out through your arms and chest. Feel your collarbones broaden. And flip your right palm up. Take a little reverse warrior. Sit down in that right hip crease. As you inhale, belly in brings you up, and either elbow to the knee or hand to the inside of the foot for a side angle. Draw your tailbone into the body. One more breath. As you exhale, look down. Now keep this strong knee bend. Inhale to warrior two, and then straighten the right leg. I'm gonna come back on my mat a little bit. Keep your right toes turned out. Stand up nice and tall. Take a breath. Right fingers slide down the right leg, and as you do, you're gonna take this right hip crease and you're gonna send it towards the back of the mat for triangle. So instead of reaching out this way with the arm, we're just gonna drop the arm and we're gonna reach the hip towards the back of the mat. Might feel a little bit more supported in your triangle pose. So reach out through your arms and keep pulling that right hip crease back towards your left heel. Take a deep breath here, in and out. Now look down, soften that right knee bend. I'm gonna use my block here. Holding the block on its medium setting, I'll put my left hand right there on my waist. Take a breath, look where you're gonna go. And as you exhale, reach out with your right hand, slide up onto the left big toe, press into the hand and slowly lift your left leg for a half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Activate your lifted leg. Extend your left arm to the ceiling. Keep looking down, because we're not done yet. 3, 2, and on your next exhale, bend your top leg, your left leg, reach back and just tap the foot and extend it again. Do that 2 more times. Bend the knee. If you can, touch the foot, extend it again. 3rd time, grab the foot. And if you can't quite grab it, you can just reach for it, okay? Holding onto the foot or not, take a deep breath in. Begin to push the foot into the hand. Now I'm still turning my chest open towards my left because this is Chapasana as opposed to turning my chest down toward the floor, which I have no idea what that would be called, except difficult. Take a deep breath in. From here, release that top foot. Inhale again. As you exhale, bend that right knee, touch down with your left toes and then foot. I'm gonna bring my block back. Inhale, take that left arm up. Exhale, left hand down to the floor. Now I'm not gonna drop it right under the shoulder. I'll bring it a little ahead. I'm gonna lift my back heel. Take a breath, and now my left heel is gonna come to the floor and I'll be on the blade of my back foot. My right foot is gonna come right over and stack on top for a side plank. Here's another option. You can leave that foot on the floor in front of you. Lift that left hip away from the ground. If you're stacking your foot on top of the left, follow along. Take a breath. Hover your right foot. Bend the knee. Reach back. Tap the foot 1. Extend the limbs. Tap the foot 2. Extend the limbs. Last time. Tap the foot. If you want to hang on, you can. For 3, press the floor away. 2, and 1. Release. Downward facing dog. I know I mentioned that just showing up on your mat was the hardest part of the practice, but that pose might actually be harder than showing up. So good job. Take a nice deep breath here, in and out. And then inhale, left leg lifts up. Step it forward into warrior 2. So like we did before, we'll make sure left knee is on top of the heel. My right leg is straight and strong. Toes are turned in. Reach out through the arms. And my gaze is over my middle left fingertips. Sit down in the legs. And now turn that left palm up. Right fingers rest on the leg. And they slide down the back leg. Take a reverse warrior. Drop that left hip crease down, down, down. On your next inhale, move through warrior 2 into side angle, Parsvakonasana. Left hand to the floor or elbow to the knee or palm to a block. And extend the right arm in a diagonal. And remember, we're drawing the tailbone into the body. Don't stick it out behind you. Draw the tailbone in. And keep your belly pulled in just a little. Front ribs button down just a little. On your next exhale, look down. Stay deep in that knee bend as you inhale back to warrior 2. And then straighten your left leg. Deep breath in here. Left hand just touches down on that left leg. And begin to pull your left hip crease toward your right heel. Slide your left hand down for a Trikonasana, Uttita Trikonasana, extended triangle. Breathe as best as you can. That is your focus, is to move mindfully with breath. One more deep inhalation. As you exhale, look down and bend that front leg, right hand to the right waist. I'm going to grab my block. Take a couple breaths to prepare. And when you're ready, on an exhale, reach out with your left hand and or block, slide up onto the toe tips of the back foot, and stand in Ardha Chandrasana. Lifting the right leg, flexing the foot, right hand reaches up. Feel the length of your limbs. Feel the strength in your left leg and left arm. And feel the ease in your breath. From here, bending that right knee, reach back, and if you can tap the foot, tap it. And extend again. And if you can't quite tap, just reach for it. No big deal. The third time, if you can tap it, grab it. Press the foot into the hand. The chest continues to open to the right, not toward the floor. The breath continues to go in and out. The eyes are steady. Take one more deep breath here. Release those limbs. Inhale. Exhale, bending left leg gracefully, touch down, back foot. Take a deep breath in here. Look up to that right hand. And as you exhale, right hand down. I'm going to lift the back heel. Remember, the right hand goes just slightly forward of your right shoulder. Take a breath. Roll onto the pinky toe edge of the right foot. Now remember, that left foot can just stay right in front of you for a side plank. Lifting the right hip. Or from that lunge position, you'll turn the back foot and you'll just pop that foot on top of the other. Side angle, Vasisthasana. Stay here or elevate that left leg. Take a breath. Exhale, bend the knee, reach back, tap. Inhale, extend. Exhale, reach back, tap. Woo-hoo. Extend. Last time. Breathe in, reach back. If you can tap it, see if you can grab it. Keep pushing the floor away and lifting the hips. Press the foot into the back hand. Take a deep breath in. Release. Thank goodness that's done. Downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath here, in and out. And exhale, bring your knees down. Take a pose of the child. As you inhale, walk your hands in and bring the buttocks to one side, and I'm going to sweep around and face you here. Take your right foot, lean to your left, and bending the right knee, place the top of the right foot and the shin bone on the floor. My toes point straight back as opposed to being pointed out to the side. Toes point back. And my left knee is open out to the side. Foot is just there on the inside of the right thigh. Lean back on your fingertips. Press into the hands, lift the buttocks a little. Tuck your tailbone forward. So what would that be, an anterior or a posterior tilt? Again, it's a posterior tilt. Take a breath. And come on down to more of the backs of the buttocks. Now already you might feel a fairly strong stretch through the quadriceps. And if you don't, well, then you can come back onto your elbows. You could even lie all the way back, which I'm not going to do, because this is enough for me. Think about lengthening that right femur bone towards the front of your mat. So if the knee starts getting heavy and lifting, reinvigorate your effort to press it down. If you feel a big back bend through the spine, see if you can, again, take that posterior tilt of the pelvis, taking those hip points and bringing them up towards the ribs, and buttoning down those top ribs. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Get your hands onto the floor without thrashing around too much, and sit yourself up. Lean to your left and release that right leg. Just let that leg be for a moment. Let the ankle recover, let the knee recover, let the blood flow resume. And we'll just take a forward bend. So instead of turning over that leg, we're just going to turn into the space created by the two legs. So right down the middle, right in the direction that your pelvis is facing. Bring the fingertips down. You might be able to flex that right foot now that the feeling has returned to the ankle. And then after several breaths, come on up as you inhale, and we'll switch. So bring the right leg in, lean to your right, bend the left knee. I like to gently move my left calf muscle out to the left. I'm not really cranking it, but I'm just suggesting that it would be more comfortable if it was a little bit to the outside. Place the knee and the shin bone and the top of the foot on the floor. Bring your fingertips back behind you. Right leg is just sort of in a tree position here. Press into the fingertips. Lift the bum. Tuck the tailbone forward in a posterior pelvic tilt. Very good. Come on down to the backs of the buttocks and lean back and let that left thigh bone be long and heavy toward the floor. Find where you feel just the right amount of stretch. Not too much, but enough that you're focused, that your brain is engaged with your activity. not thinking about tomorrow or imagining what happened yesterday, etc., etc. So pressing that left thigh bone long and straight, nice and heavy through the left knee. One more breath. And then come up onto your fingertips, push the ground away. Lean to your right and extend that left leg long. Right heel to the groin. Turn into that space created by the legs. Just let your left leg be. Don't be in a rush to flex the foot or do anything strenuous with it. Just let it recover and start folding forward. Steady your breath. Try not to frown or grit your teeth. Let your mouth soften. And on your next breath in, start to walk your hands in and straighten out your right leg and come onto your mat with your legs out in front of you. Take your hands back behind you with your fingers spread. We'll start with bending the knees. Feet are about hip width apart. Fingers are spread. Press the hands and just lift the chest. You might have a little bit of bend in the elbows, and you might squeeze those inner elbows towards each other. Press the inner edges of the feet, and this might be where you stay. This, in and of itself, is a wonderful chest opener. If you wish to add on, press hands and feet and lift up. Make sure that your toes are pressing down, your tailbone is tucking up, and you can either bring your chin to your chest, hold a grapefruit under your chin, so you have some stability there. Or if you're feeling safe, you might let your head fall back. Notice if your inner feet are getting light, press them down. Take one more breath in. Keep your front ribs buttoned down and slowly release. Straighten out your legs, feet closer together. Turn your fingers the other way. Fingers point back behind you. Lift the chest. This might be enough. This might be where you stay. Or as you inhale, press the heels, press the hands, bring the balls of the feet and the pads of the toes towards the floor for Purvottanasana. On your next exhale, bring it on down. Open the knees, soles of the feet come together. They come a little closer to you. Sit up nice and straight. And we'll just take some lateral movement, side to side. And we'll start creeping the chest a little further forward. Maybe releasing the hands. Releasing the head. Two more. And as you inhale lightly, press your feet into the floor. Walk your hands in, coming up. Bring your knees together. Scoot your bum forward and come onto your back. Let your knees be bent. Your feet are about mat width apart. Take a breath. Send the knees to the right, pressing your left inner knee toward the floor. And come back through center. Knees fall to your left, pressing your right inner knee toward the floor. Come back to center. Bring your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Roll side to side a little bit. Feel your spine. Feel your back on the floor. And then bring the feet to the floor. One at a time, release the legs. Release the arms. Prepare for Shavasana. Remember, you are not confined to the borders of your mat here. If you wish to take a bigger Shavasana, you've got the space. Take it. Close the eyes. And right away, let go of the breath. No more active control. No more effort. It's almost like you've hit the pause button. Power is still on, but nothing's really happening. And I will definitely delete that out. If you are able to stay longer, please do. Allow your body and your brain to soak up this nourishing pause for as long as you're able. If it's time, wiggle the fingers and toes. Bring some effort into your breath. Bending your knees. Roll to one side. And come on up to sit. Bring palms together, heart center. Thank you. Thank you for joining me for practice today. I hope you feel as good as I do. I feel like a new person. Like I said, sometimes the hardest thing is just making it onto your mat, although that one pose was pretty hard too. So have a wonderful day, and I look forward to practicing with you again. Namaste.